Hi, my name is Aura and I'm from Texas. Please like and subscribe. I live with my granny and she's pretty much the only person I'm close with on this planet. After my mom and dad passed away, she took me in and raised me. But growing up, I didn't have many friends. I was always focused on my studies. And that's how I was able to bag a scholarship to one of the finest schools in the city. But things took a wild turn in the 10th grade. It all started when I decided to ride my bicycle to school one day. But just as I was about to park it, I tripped over something, and my bicycle went crashing into a car nearby. Shoot! The car looked really expensive, and now it had a dent the size of an elephant. I was the queen of broke people. I'd never be able to pay for the damage. I had to get out of here. But just then, two evil-looking shadows showed up behind me, and one of them caught me.
Look at that. She ruined your car and now she's running from the crime scene.
Holy Jesus, not the terrible two! Jacob and Adam were the two richest and hottest kids in school, but everyone was scared of them because they were really big bullies. And now I rammed their car. This was the worst day ever. I wasn't running, and I didn't ruin it on purpose. I just accidentally…
Oh, kitty. Accidentally or not, you're gonna have to pay for this.
Well, listen, man, I can't pay for it. You want my bicycle? You can have that.
You're making jokes now? You better arrange the money or else.
Oh, God, what was I gonna do about these bullies? And just then I remembered I'd seen them bullying a kid really badly after school recently. So I just blurted out, I know your secret, and I'm gonna tell it to the principal.
What secret?
I know what you guys did last Monday. For a second, they looked stunned, but then Jacob screamed,
What? How? How do you know that?
Judging from their freaked out faces, I could tell it was something else, and something really big that they'd done, and they thought I knew? This was perfect. Well, I'm not gonna tell you here. I'll tell you in front of the principal. Let's go now.
No. Wait, we can talk this out. Yeah, and you don't need to pay for anything. Here, let me check if your bike's broken. I'll buy you a new one, as many as you want. We'll do anything you say. We'll be your errand boys, but please, just don't tell anyone.
What in the father freaking world? The two most powerful senior guys in school were totally at my mercy, and I didn't even know why. But I pretended to keep it cool because I didn't want them to know I was bluffing. Sure, then how about you start with carrying my bag? It's so heavy, my hand hurts. As I went around school that day with these two acting like my personal bodyguards, kids were looking at me like I was a magician who had the terrible two wrapped around my finger. The next day, as I stepped out of my house, Jacob was already waiting for me in his brand new car. This was just getting better.
Hey, I'm here to pick you up. So tell me, do you want to go to the beach today or the movies?
What? No. I want to go to school and attend my classes. I have to submit my assignments next week.
Aw, come on, Aura. You should enjoy yourself and not study so hard. Adam can do your assignments. He does mine all the time. No big deal.
That sounded good, but I wasn't sure if I trusted them enough to hang out with them outside school. What if they planned to kidnap me because of whatever their stupid secret was? So I insisted on going to school. When we reached there, they kept following me around. At first, it felt like I was some princess, but as the day went by, I realized this was a big problem. I had ballet practice after lunch, and just as I entered the girls' changing room, all the girls started screaming. When I turned around, I was stunned to see those two morons had followed me in. Have you both lost it? This is the girls' changing room.
All the more reason for us to be here, right, Adam?
I pushed them out and locked the door from inside. But when I went to the dancing room, they were already there, dressed in ballerina's clothes and dancing like toads. What the frickin' crabs? What are you guys doing? You don't have to follow me everywhere.
Yes, we do. We can't risk it. What if you go and tell the principal behind our backs?
I won't do that.
Well, guess what? We don't trust you.
They just wouldn't leave. And when it was my time to perform, they both started cheering and hooting like they were my craziest fans. What could be the big secret that was making them do all these things to keep me from going to the principal? But as much as I wanted to know, I wanted to get rid of them too. The next day, I left home before they could get here. And even at school, I was on my toes watching out for them. Then during lunchtime, this football jock at school, who I had a huge crush on, came and sat next to me.
You're the popular girl who tamed those rich brats, and I'm impressed. I like strong and dominating girls like you. How about we go out?
Adam picked him up by the collar and threw him out of the seat.
How about I give you a taste of strong and dominating guys?
Adam, stop! What are you doing? As soon as Adam let him go, he just ran away. Ugh, why did you do that? He was gonna ask me out.
He asks everyone out. He's a jerk.
Oh, have you looked in the mirror lately? You're the bigger jerk here. With that, I pushed him aside and stormed out of there angrily. Later that day, I was in the library when I saw that football jock kissing some girl behind a bookshelf. Adam was right. He really was a jerk. I picked up a book and tossed it right at his head.
Ouch!
Well, he deserved it. After that, I went back to solving my math assignment, but I was getting none of the answers correct.
Easy there, Tigress. Let me help you with those.
Help me? Do you even know the… Whoa! How did you do that? I was stunned that this guy who looked like he probably bought his grades with his dad's money was actually good at studying. He helped me with my assignments, and honestly, I was starting to feel that he wasn't so bad after all. Just as I was about to apologize for calling him a jerk earlier, Jacob barged into the library.
Thanks for keeping an eye on her while I was away.
Of course, Adam was just here to babysit me. I felt so dumb thinking he might be nice 2 seconds ago.
So, who's ready to go and watch the new Spider-Man movie?
OMG! I'd been waiting for this movie for months! I screamed so loud with excitement that the librarian kicked us all out. Later that evening, when we stepped out of the movies, it was pretty chilly. Suddenly, Adam took off his jacket and wrapped it around me. Such a good actor he was. I knew if it wasn't for their secret, he wouldn't care even if I was screaming for help. Soon after, he ran ahead to get the car, and that's when Jacob took my hand and suddenly pulled me close. Whoa! What are you doing?
Oh, come on. I can clearly see you're interested in me. That's why you're playing the blackmail game, to keep me close.
What? In your dreams?
That attitude of yours, it's just got me going crazy for you, babe. How about you give me a kiss now?
This jerk! I was about to push him really hard when suddenly Adam pulled him away and punched him hard in the face. Jacob landed on his butt.
How dare you touch her? What the heck, dude? Did you forget who you are? You're a stinky, low-life rat who lives off my leftovers. And how dare you touch me?
Low-life rat? What was he talking about?
I know who I am, but don't you dare touch her again. Because if you do, I'll shove those leftovers down your throat.
Whoa! It seemed like Adam was a whole different person. He took my hand and then we both left from there. All the way back home, he didn't say a word, and I could feel there was something about him that I didn't know. I was getting more and more curious. When we reached home, I handed him his jacket back, and I just couldn't stop myself. Adam, why did Jacob say all those things about you? I mean, you're rich too.
No, I'm not, Aura. I know it looks like that because I'm always hanging out with Jacob, but I'm a poor nobody.
I don't really understand.
My dad used to work for Jacob's dad, but he passed away a few years back, and I have a sick mom to take care of. Jacob convinced his dad to take us in, and he helps me with money. But basically, since then, I have to do everything he asks me to do.
Oh boy, my heart sank listening to that, and suddenly, I just hugged him tight. Thanks for doing what you did for me today, Adam, and I'm sorry.
Don't be. He totally deserves it, but I really wish you'd never seen us do it. And then you wouldn't be involved with jerks like us.
Seen what? Suddenly, he looked at me with surprise. The secret! He was talking about the big secret. Oh, yeah, totally saw that.
Wait a second. You don't know what it is, do you? Now that I think about it, you never really mentioned it because you don't know what it is.
I panicked, and then you guys assumed I knew your secret.
Aura, how can you even do something like this, knowing how bad Jacob is? If he knows you don't know, he'll… Oh, God. I can't believe this.
He stormed off angrily, and now my heart was pumping like crazy for what was going to happen next. The next day, when I reached school, I saw Adam was still hanging out with Jacob, but his face was full of bruises, like someone had hit him really bad. Of course, it was Jacob. Later, when Adam was all alone in the boys' washroom, I went in. Why are you letting him treat you this way? I know it's Jacob who beat you up.
What are you doing here? And I told you, I owe him. Just stay out of it. I don't want you getting hurt.
But you're willing to get hurt all alone? This is wrong, Adam. You can't let him ruin your life like this. What he's doing to you and the other kids around school, this has to stop.
Yes, but there's nothing I can do.
You can. You've always been with him. You know everything he does. You can go and tell the principal all about it.
But I was there with him in everything he did. I helped him. If I rat him out, I'll be out of school and I'll be on the streets with my mom.
Just then, Jacob came out of nowhere and pinned me against the wall.
So, you're planning to ruin me, huh? You have no idea who you're messing with, little birdie.
And you have no idea who you're messing with, you ugly crow. I smashed my head hard into his face and he fell to the floor crying in pain. Adam grabbed my hand and we ran out of there.
I'm going to the principal. You're right. I can't be a coward and let him hurt everyone like this, especially you, Aura. I'll deal with the outcomes later.
I'll be right there with you. We went into the principal's office and Adam confessed everything, from Jacob's bullying incidents to the biggest secret of all. After the principal had told Jacob he was going to fail in most of his subjects, Jacob trashed the principal's brand new car one evening. He smashed the windows and the lights and spray painted all over it with Adam's help. The principal immediately called Jacob in and said he was going to be expelled. Since Adam had confessed everything, he was going to be suspended for a while and made to do volunteer work. And suddenly, Jacob went bonkers on Adam.
You filthy moron. I fed you and you backstabbed me. You're done too, Adam. Even if you aren't expelled, you can't stay in this school without me paying your fee. And your mom? Who's gonna pay for her treatments now? It would have been better if you had kept following my orders like a loyal puppy. And now, you're doomed.
And that's when Jacob's dad walked in, looking horrified.
That's enough. I had no idea I was raising such a brat. How dare you exploit this poor kid? Adam, don't you worry, son. I'm here for you. Dad, I'm so sorry. Not a word. Your principal told me everything on the phone, and the rest I've heard myself. I'm sending you to an army school right away.
Jacob kept begging his dad, but it didn't seem like it was going to work in his favor. When Adam and I walked out of the room, I turned to him and said, "How do you feel?"
Never been better. Thanks to you, Aura, I was able to be brave.
I'm just so happy things will be better for you. So now that there's no secret, are you still gonna be nice to me?
Yeah, I'll carry your bag every day.
And then he pulled me in for a kiss.